Hey there. So now let's talk about the most traded concept in the Git, which is Git merge and rebase. All right. So while working in a team or contributing to an open source code, it is a common practice, to create a separate branch to work on a particular feature or task, and then while you're working on one feature, there will be many others who will be working, and contributing to the same way by creating their own branch. Okay, now everybody is working on their own feature and pushing the changes to the upstream and trying to merge their changes. By merge, I'm not meaning like the specific git merge. It could be rebase as well, right? So they just want to combine their changes to the main branch. Okay, so for that we have two approach. One is merge and other is rebase. Okay, other is rebase. Okay, so how both of them work? Okay, let's see. So suppose you have this commit history. Okay, you have this commit history. Let's name it like this. Okay, let's name it like A, B, C, and D, like this. Okay, so suppose these are the commits. Okay, let's make it better. These are commits. Okay, these are commits chain. Okay, okay, now you have created another branch. Okay, you have created another branch from here. Okay, you have created another branch from here, and you are adding something like X, Y, and Z. You have added here. Okay, and there are someone who created their branch from here. Okay, let's take another color. So they have created, someone else has created a different branch, and there they have added something like alpha, beta, and gamma. Yeah, so like this. Now I want to merge this branch. Okay, I want to merge this branch. Sorry, yeah, I want to merge this branch into the main branch. Okay, so this is main branch. Okay, let me add text like this is main branch. This, suppose this is feature 1. Okay, feature 1, and this is feature 2. Okay, let's call it feature 2. Okay, so we want to merge both of them. Okay, both the branches, we want to combine both the branches to the main branch. Okay, so let's assume I want to use the merge. Okay, I want to use this approach. Okay, so in case of merge, what will happen? It will let me take this color. Yeah, so what will happen? It will take all these changes, all these commits. Okay, and all these commits will be added in this branch by taking this change, these changes. Okay, let me quickly draw it. So yeah, so it will be simply added it like this. Okay. X, Y, and Z, and along with it there could be one, there could be one extra commit. Okay, there could be one extra commit. Now why I'm saying there could be, I mean, earlier there was one commit generated, but now I think Git doesn't do it. We can quickly check that. Okay, so earlier one extra commit was getting generated, which used to say like, okay, this branch was merged to this branch. Okay, but yeah, we can test this out and we can see what happens. Okay, but see, so this is how it gets added. And now if we talk about now I also want to combine this feature 2 branch on top of this main branch. Okay, so in that case uh, now I don't want to use the merge. Okay, now I want to use rebase. So what happens in case of rebase? In case of rebase, we take all these changes, okay, all these commits, and we simply reapply on top of, on head of the main branch. Okay, so now you'll see, okay, this looks similar to the merge, but in reality it's not. Okay, so in this case, it will make sure that no new commits gets generated, and all these commits gets added like this. Okay, alpha, beta, and then gamma, like this. Okay, no new commits will get generated. Now you will say, in what case this, this one, uh, this this particular commit gets added? Now that depends. Okay, so this will get generated, you know uh, there is 100% surety that this will get generated when there is a conflict. Now what is a conflict? Let's quickly talk about what is conflict. Okay, so conflict is something, like this. Suppose you have one file, you have you have one file, and you know in the feature branch one, from the in the feature branch one, you have, you know let's see this. Let's suppose this is the line number 1 2 3 4 5, like this. You feature one branch made some changes at the line 4. Okay, it made some changes at the line number 4. Okay, and that change got merged into the main branch. Now when you are trying to rebase or merge, okay, to the main branch, in that case, okay, you have also made the similar change. Okay, similar change or not, I mean some other changes on the same line. Okay, so while merging or rebasing, you will get conflict, like, hey, that also, that line was changed by this branch, and now you are also trying to, change the same branch, sorry, same line. So now I'm not sure which change we should be keeping. Okay, so for in that case, you will have to manually pick one or the other, or move, or if you want to keep both the changes, you will, simply, decide to keep one change here and then move this change to the next line, something like that. Okay, so that's how. So in case of, merge, what will happen after resolving this conflict? There will be some changes which will be present in the working area. Remember, working is staging and repository area, right? So there will be some changes in the working area. So now from that working area, you will, you know from this working area, staging area and repository, now from this working area you will move, change to the staging area, and then finally you will commit to the repository. Okay, so in that case, this extra commit will be generated for sure. Okay, otherwise it may or may not get generated. Depends, I think, on the git version. Maybe the newer version of the git doesn't create a new commit if it doesn't require it. Okay, so let's quickly test this out and see how it works. Okay, and remember one thing. So in case of git commit, it is supposed to maintain the git history. Okay, it is supposed to maintain the git history, so you'll know that, okay, this was branched out. Okay, and in case of rebase, this branched out part won't be, remembered by the git history. It will simply take this and reapply on top of this, you know head of this main branch. Okay, so let's go and check this out in the code. Okay, so we will try out the git merge first. Okay, so let's create a branch, git checkout -b, and let me name it branch or feat1. Okay, let's name it feat1. And now for feat1, I'm adding a new file. Let's name it feat1.md, and let's add something. This is feat1 file. Okay, I'm simply saving it, and I'm going to commit it. Let's commit it from here quickly. Okay, um, commit one and one. Okay, and then let's add some more change. another change 2. Let's name it change 2 and save it, and let's commit this again. Change 2 in feet 1. Let's copy it. We'll add one more commit. Okay, change 3, save it, and then add it, and let's change it to change 3. So now if you'll see, we have added 3 commits, right? So for that we can check the git log one line. Okay, so you see we have added these 3 commits in the feat1 branch. Okay, now now I want to merge these changes. Okay, I want to merge these changes into the main branch. Remember this part. Okay, we have 3 different commits in the feat1 and head is currently pointing to the feat1. Now let's merge this. In order to merge this, what we have to do is we just have to go to the main branch, and in the main branch we have to run a command git merge, and then followed by the branch name which we want to merge to the main. Okay, that way you will be merging this branch to the main branch. So let's go to the main branch, and now in this main branch we are going to merge feat1. Okay, so let's copy and hit enter. So you see we have merged through the fast forward, and that all those 3 commits got merged to the main branch. Now if we check the log, let's check the log. So you can see there was no new commit that got generated. Okay, so the commit 1 on feat1, change 2 on feat1, and change 3 in the feat1 got merged to the main branch. Okay, and currently head is pointing to both main and feat1, which means the main and feat1 are in sync. All right, so now let's see what happens in which case we generate a new commit. Okay, so for that let's try something out. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's create another branch. Okay, let's first check out to feat1. Git checkout feat1. So see, so the idea is to make the change on the same line from both the branches. Okay, so first we'll go to feat1 and make some changes in the same file. Okay, and at line number 6 or 7, and then on the same line we will make change from the other branch, and then we will try to merge both of them, and then we'll see we'll get some conflict, and in that case we'll have to resolve that conflict, and in case of merge we will add another commit after resolving the conflict. So let's see. Okay, I'm checking out here, and line number 7 I'm adding change 4. I'm saving it. Okay, let's quickly commit this. Change 4 in feat1. Okay, let's commit it. Now we have some change here in the feat1. Okay, if you check the git log, let's check the git log quickly. So you can see head is pointing to feat1 and we have some changes. Okay, change 4 in feat1. Now let's go back to main and create another branch. Okay, git checkout -b, and I'm going to name it feat2. Okay, and now again see, currently feat2 doesn't have that change. Again I'm going to make the same change. Suppose I'm going to name it change 5. Okay, and I'm adding it to this branch. Okay, and on the same line number 7 I've made that change. Okay, now I'm going to quickly commit it. Change 5 in feat2. Okay, committed. Now let's see log. Let me just use this up arrow. See, so now currently head is pointing to feat2 and we have this change 5 in feat2. Okay, and here you don't see that change 4 in feat1. Okay, because when we branch out from the main to this feat2, that time main didn't have the feat1's latest commit, right? We didn't merge that. Now we are going to merge both the branch to the main, and since we have made the change on the same line in both the branches, we should get some conflict. Okay, so let's go back to the main, and now let's first merge. Let's merge the feed 2 this time. Okay, git merge feed 2. Okay, so it was merged fine. Okay, now let's try to merge feed 1. Okay, git merge feed 1. See, as soon as I started merging feed 1, it started showing me the conflict. So see, git, VS Code helps you to resolve the conflicts in a really nice way. Okay, so you don't have to use command line. Okay, this is how you'll be resolving most of the time your conflicts. So see here, now you are getting conflict because the change 5 and change 4 both were made on the same line. Okay, now see, head is currently here change 5 because we merged this branch first, and now this is the incoming change. Now we are trying to make bring the change from the feed 1 branch. Okay, so this is the incoming, uh, changes, and this is the existing change, and which both are conflicting. Now here you get multiple options. Okay, so it says accept current change. If I click on this accept current change, this change, incoming change, will be discarded and this will be kept. Okay, if I click on this accept incoming change, then this change will be discarded and this will be gone. Okay, if we click on accept both the changes will be kept in this order, like this will be kept on line number 8 or this will be kept on line number 10. If you save, there will be some formatting, you can adjust it. Okay, so let's try all of this option. Okay, so I'm clicking on accept current change first. Okay, see, this was kept and other was discarded. I will simply undo it and see, this time I'm going to click on incoming change. So this will be change 4 will be kept and change 5 will be discarded. So you can see that change 4 is kept and change 5 is discarded. Let's keep both the changes. If I click on this keep both changes, since this was added before and this is going added later, so order will be maintained. This will be on top and this will be at the bottom. So if I change this, see, this is added like this. So now I want to keep both the changes because these are not conflicting changes for me, like these are not going to break each other's. So I'm going to save it. See, currently its file is not saved, so I'm going to save it. After saving it, see, in the VS Code also you can see there is this exclamation mark which says this there is some conflict. See, on the tooltip at the end it says conflict colon both modified. Okay, so there was some conflict, but we have resolved the conflict. Right now, after resolving the conflict, what we can do, we now we have some changes here. So if you check the git status, okay, you see there are some changes in the working area. Okay, what we have to do now, we just have to see there is a different section shown in the VS Code. It is really helpful. Okay, merge changes. Now if you click on this plus, or from here you can use git add, okay, dot, that will also move this changes from this. See, here it says unmerged path. Okay, so always read this messages initially when you are working on, later on you'll get used to it, but yeah, just read through these messages. It will be very helpful to understand the concept properly. Okay, so now I'm adding this change. Okay, after adding, you can again check the status and you will see this is add changes to be committed. Okay, staging area, and now I'm going to merge it. So simply come merge it. Okay, let's merge it from here. Okay, this is staged. I'm adding, see, it is also giving you this default message, merge branch feed 1. Okay, I'm going to continue this. Okay, so now if you see, the area is clean, and now if you check the log, okay, now if you check the log, let's check the git log. Let me use this, I am also lazy. Yeah, so see here, so we have this change from the feed 1 and we have this change from the feed 2, and this extra commit that got added here. Okay, so that way we got an extra commit. Now let's uh, use the same scenario and use the git rebase. Okay, so what will happen in case of git rebase? Let's try the simple thing first. So let's go to branch. Yeah, that was good. Let's go to first branch, okay, feet 1. And in the feet 1, I'm going to add some changes, like change. See, another thing to notice here, see, feet 1 doesn't have latest change from the main, okay. So the general idea, good practice is, first, since we are going to again add some more changes from feet 1 to main, it's better to keep, feet 1 in sync with the main. So what we will do, we can, you know see, this is going to be very simple example of the rebase, okay. So now you are supposed to bring all the latest change from the main branch to the feet 1, okay. So there are two approaches: either you can again merge the main branch into the feet 1, or you can rebase it, okay. So we learned that the rebase doesn't create a new commit, okay. So this is where you will be, you will want to rebase your branch, because you are in the feature branch, you want to bring change from the main, so you don't want to merge it, okay. So because you don't want to unnecessarily create another commit, okay. So in this case, let's rebase it with the main, so it will just bring all those changes and it will keep it clean. See, successfully rebased. And now, okay, I think I did some mistake. Let me close it, don't save, and open it again. Yeah, so you can see that all those changes are here from the main, okay. Now we have changes. So see, we have already seen one example of rebase. Now if you check the git log, one line, okay, so you can see now that feet 1 has all those commits, okay, all those commits. And the latest commit that was on the main was the merge branch feet 1, that is also added to the feet 1, okay. And now head is pointing to feet 1 and main. Earlier we saw that head was pointing to main only, okay, and we had this feet 1 and feet 2 just below it, okay. So so I mean, you got the general idea of how git rebase work. Now let's see what happens when you get a conflict in case of git rebase, okay. So let's create that scenario as well. So before that, I just want to go to feed 2 and again rebase, it with main, so that we have clean working area or clean branches, okay. So let's go there, feed 2, I'm going to rebase main, okay. This is again clean. Now let's add some changes here. Change in feed 2 for rebase, okay. I'm going to provide a clear message so that it's easy. On line number 10, notice that we are adding on line number 10, and in the feet 1 branch also we'll make some changes on the line number 10 itself, okay. Let's quickly commit it. This is the easiest way. Let's commit it, provide the same message, let's copy the same message and commit it, okay. That's also committed, okay. Now let's go back, let me copy this message and let's go to feet 1, feet 1, and on the line number 10, I'm going to add message like this, okay, so that's easy for us to remember. All right, so on the line number 10 itself we have added another line, okay, and I'm going to commit it so that it was not stays it, and then commit it, okay. Now we have changes in both the branches on the same line. Now I'm going to use git rebase, okay. So let's go to main, git checkout main, okay. Now in the main, let's rebase main with the feet 1, okay. Git rebase feet 1. See, first time when we rebase, it was successful, okay, because currently whatever changes we are bringing in, it brought it successfully, there was no conflict. Now if we want to bring the feed 2, then it will try to bring the changes from the feed 2 branch, okay, on the same line. Now we will get some conflict, right? So let's do this. See, we are getting the conflict, but now in this case again we have to choose which one we want to keep and which one we want to rebase. So in this case, let's keep both the changes in this case also. Okay, so I'm keeping both the changes, I'm saving it. And now notice that earlier in case of merge we were still on the main and on the head. Okay, so when it, when you see that the branch name is mentioned here, which means your uh, your head is pointing to the latest commit. Okay, you are still on the latest commit. Okay, and some changes were in progress. Okay, in the working area, but now you can see that you are able to see some commit. Okay, so in case of rebase, we are, we are not at the tip of the uh, you know commit history. So currently we are at this commit, and we have conflict at this commit itself. So we have to resolve the conflict on this commit here itself, and then continue the rebase. In that case, what will happen, it won't generate a new commit, and it will resolve this conflict at this commit itself, and no new commit will get generated. All right, so since we have already resolved it, all we have to do is, if you check the status, see, we have this change in the working area. So what we can do is we can simply stage it, and after staging it, again you can check, we have staged it, and now we don't have to commit it here. What we have to do, we have to do the rebase continue. Okay, now see, after continuing, see, this was the commit message in the feature 1 branch. Okay, now if you want, you can change this commit message. If you don't want, you don't have to. So I'm going to simply save it. Okay, and you can see now we are at the main and the conflict got resolved. Now if you'll check git log, okay, see, there was no new commit that got generated while resolving the conflict. All right, so we brought this change from feed 2, and yeah, we brought this change from feed 1, and now head is pointing to main. See, notice that head is not pointing to both main and feed 1. Since we have rebased it, feed 1 is not part of the commit history. The commit history for that is gone. Okay, so we have simply brought that changes and added it on top of main branch. All right, so I hope this clears all the concepts. If you have any other question, feel free to ask.